Oh, hi and welcome in. It is almost time for the 8-Bit Computer Club. What is up, Tondagosa? Ooh, I hear myself. That's no good. So let's get that fixed real quick. There we go. It's almost time for the 8-Bit Computer Clubbies. All right. Going live. Today is May 1st. That would be your Basic's birthday. Basic, born this day back in 1964. Talk a little bit about that tonight. Can't wait. And let's burp burp beep burp burp beep burp 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 beep burp burp beep bop boop 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 boop. Oh, hi everybody. Welcome in. Hello. How is your Friday night? How's it going? Why am I like way over? I'm way over here. It's fine. We had a party last night. We had a party. Frostbitten Nomus here. Ron Turner John. Zoe brings the bacon. We do these live. We do these live. That's not right. Why are you way down there? On Friday nights at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time with some follow-up in short form videos later for YouTube's. Nope, I think that's perfect. I think that's perfect. So let's take a look at what I have here. Right here we have the Commodore 64, the C64 Mini from Retro Games. You guys have made plenty of these little mini systems. You probably have a few yourself if you're into retro video games. This is the Black Edition, recently on sale on Woot. I want to say for like $59 or something like that. Anyway, super cheap, and the music you're hearing is part of a game that we're going to take a look at and some other things on this system. These may still be on sale. I don't know. They may still be on sale. Woot, woot. 25 new games. So if you have the original C64 Minis and you're like, wow, I want another one of these. You probably like the carousel games, right? They're cool. They're cool. They got little carousel games, right? Oh, you know what? I'm going to pull this back up. So you can either go into your basic mode or you can just go in and play video games and have fun. But this one's not preloaded with your old school games with a few new ones. This is all new games, but you can load your own games via USB. So we're going to talk about that tonight, as well as many other OG and original hardware. We're going to try to see if we can finish up that TI-99 membrane keyboard, see if we can get that working. We're going to take a look at Sprite Magic. That's right, Sprite Magic on the Commodore 64, a type-in game back from Compute's Gazette. So go put on your jammies. Knitting in hand, let's do it. Houdini 7 TI-99 members only keyboard. Yeah, baby. If you have a TI-99, you've probably had TI-99 keyboards problems. That's how that works. All right, I finished posting to the social media. Let this meeting of the 8-Bit Computer Club come to a start. Oh, hi, I'm Brian Dunaway, and once a week on Friday nights at 6:30 p.m., we have our club meetup. And I got my chicken shirt on today, got my chicken lip shirt on today for Commodore 64, right? Because that's where I learned BASIC at. Today is May the 1st. Back on this day in 1964, BASIC is considered to have been born. Probably wouldn't recognize all the basics we eventually got during the late 70s and early 80s. Axel Nightshade is here. We're going to also talk about Axel Nightshade's video he posted recently and shared to us in the Discord server. I had fun watching that. I finally got around to it, Axel. Axel's taken somewhat the same journey as me, going back and learning some of this assembly language, maybe a little understanding of machine language while you're at it, right? Zoe says, do you provide tea or coffee and biscuit cookies at halftime during the club session? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I have to keep those at your house, so just let me know. Frostbit Gnome! Another community member says, I took classes in Basic and Pascal in high school. Pretty useless now. Oh, don't say that. Do not say that, Frostbit Gnome. That could come in handy. That's the basis for, you know, if you have computer language skills, if you're a programmer, these things are pretty useful as your foundation. Monkey! What's up, Monkey Bananas? Houdini7 says, as the 8-Bit Club self-appointed treasurer, there are several members who have not paid their dues yet. I can't, it's not my, I'm just here to speak. You have to talk to the treasurer about that. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. All right, let's get this party started. All right. So what we're looking at here is one of the games that comes on the Commodore 64 Ultimate. And you hear the little bloop bloops, right? All right. So like I said, all of these games are modern games. Let's see. Oh, it's not in 4:3 on the menu screen. I wonder if I can make that happen. You'll just have to take my word for it. Actually, you know what I might do? Let me take a look. Let me see if I can make it. Because the games are for sure in the proper aspect ratio, but here, not so much. So let's just see if we can quickly fix that. Let me see what's going to be the easiest way to do that. Can I do it like this? And then do it like that? I think I can. That's a little bit better. At least now you can see. At least now you can... Oh, I grabbed another box. At least now you can see where things are supposed to be. Okay, there we go. So like I said, the menu screen. Oh, thank you, Mike and BC, for the resub for 33 months. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Graph-Tark. Mikey BC, Graph. Wait a minute. It told me, it said, what? All right. So, oh, that's on YouTube. Thank you so much, Graph-Tark. Thank you so much. I think that's right, isn't it? And then so we got Mikey BC over on Twitch. Happy Friday. Happy Basic Day, Mikey BC. 33 months. Thank you so much. And like I said, Graph-Tark, I believe, gave a resub over there on the YouTubes. Axel Nightshade says a C16 wannabe. That's right. Andrew Irwin says, I guess I'll join. Oh, speaking of a Commodore 16, Axel, I'm jumping around a little bit here. Oh, you did it here? Where's his Graph Tark? Okay, maybe you did it here then. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Retro Dodo, what is up? Hi to all. Here is Retro Dodo. We have to give a shout out to our good friend Retro Dodo, also a retro streamer here on Twitch. The Graph Tark says they gave me a deal and I took it for 3 months. Excellent. Maybe it doesn't always announce it. I think that's a thing too. All right, back to Axel's Commodore 16 remark. So I have a Commodore 16. It's non-functional. I believe it's the TED chip, but one of the things I've been working on, and let's see if I can, I'm going to take this back to what it was, and I'm going to flip over because I've been meaning to do this for a while now, and I finally got around to it. Wait, let's think about it. Is it number 4? I believe it's number 4. So let's go to number 4. Number 4 is the switch to go to our input, and let's see if it pulls up here. We're waiting for it. It's coming up. There it is. There's your 8501R1, and that is back here on my electronic microscope. Here's my fingers. There's my finger. Look, I can touch it. Blip, blip, blip. But yeah. So that may be something we may bring in again. So there's your U2, right? There's your U2. Andrew, thank you so much. Okay, all joined up. Yeah, they gave you that. I do love the deals though, Craft Heart. All right. So let's give a shout out to our good friend Retro Dodo, who raids us in occasionally on Fridays, right? Sometimes you're not streaming tonight. What are you doing? Let's see here. Retro Dodo. Baba doo 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 doo. Why can't I type? Where are you at? Why is it not? Oh, I used a hashtag instead of the other, so that's not going to work. All right, there's a shout out to our good friend Retro Dodo. Go ahead and give a follow to Retro Dodo. Axel actually says, thanks for the watch. It really shows you how much talent the programmers of the 80s had. Absolutely, Axel Nightshade. And I'm going to see if I can I share a link from there as well? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that while we're giving shout outs and doing that. I'm also going to bring up, let's see here on our Discord server, 8-Bit Computer Club. Axel shared with us this video here. I'm gonna link to it, and hopefully you'll watch that later. Did I get it right? What does that say on this date? What is that? What is that? Restream just said a bunch of stuff. Did I? I think I still had that on the. I think I had that on the clipboard. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's try this then. Hey, there we go. There we go. Bookmark that for later. Book that. Mark that for later. Andrew the coder from Texas, I'm assuming. Hey, how's it going, Andrew? What is going on, my friend? Welcome in. I hope you're having a good Friday. Thank you for that follow. I hope you're having a good basic birthday Friday, right? But yeah, we'll be looking at the electronic microscope at some point, but we're not quite there. We're getting closer, though. We're getting closer. Oh, we got a hype train started just this very minute. I don't think everything is showing up. But you know what? It's fine. It's odd. The numbers at Twitch is acting very twitchy. Very twitchy. Numbers are jumping up and down. It's like going, there's 18 viewers, there's 30 viewers, and then it's going like people are subbing, but nothing's coming through except a few things. I don't know what's going on. It's so unlike Twitch to be twitchy, but whatever. So thank you, who's ever out there giving the love. Thank you so much. Avian, what is up, my friend? Welcome in, welcome in. It's the 8-Bit Computer Club. Let's keep looking at some of these games that are on this Commodore 64 Mini that we just picked up off of a Woot deal, right? I have plenty of minis, but I prefer the real hardware, but it sure is convenient having a tiny little form factor HDMI plug-in. The ones from these guys, Retro Games, always gives you the option of starting up in your basic mode. So you can go. Let's see, where is that? Oh, we can sort by that, or we can go down here, and we can select that, and we can actually choose how we want to boot, and we can switch to classic mode. And what is that? That just takes us into, boom! Look at there. Look at there. Yep. Got ourselves a real bona fide typing in area for basic. Yeah, Commodore 64 basic, that is. It would be cool if the tiny little keys actually worked. I wonder if anyone's done a project with that, because it seems like you could. Seems like maybe the easiest solution for that would be to attach a Raspberry Pi with a touchscreen, and then you could have like a stylus, right? And maybe have a picture of the keyboard, and then you go doop, 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 like that. Tonda says, "What's up, Tonda?" 8BCC, where basic or being basic is actually, yeah, 8-Bit Computer Club. That's right, where being basic is actually pretty cool. It's a compliment. Yeah. So one thing you can't do with this basic is, unless you plug in a USB keyboard, you're going to be having a good time typing in, because I think you can pull up, let's see, one of these buttons on this controller. Oh, it's you get yes and no's, or New York, and all I'm doing here is just this little joystick comes with extra buttons. This is more buttons than you would have on the original controller, right? But down here you got yeses and nos and menu, selectable items, and I believe one of these brings up a keyboard that will let you type in stuff, and you can also go to media access, load up stuff. It's all in there. I've done it before. I've done it before, not doing it today. All right, let's go back to options. Let me go back. Yeah, go back to carousel mode. Andrew says, okay, I subbed on YouTube. And Andrew, go in the extra mile. Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you so much. Avian's asking Tonda maybe, or just saying hi. This might be a question, more of a question for Tonda. Oh, hi. What would you suggest for getting for retro gaming, a nostalgia system or one you never had? That's a really good question. I think all of us as retro gamers, that's a really good question, Avian. I think I need to add that to the question pool. What would you suggest for getting for retro gaming, a nostalgia system or one you never had? I think in my experience, most people start out with nostalgia and then they go, oh wait, I didn't get a chance to have one of these or that. I'm not saying that's how all people take the journey, but that's how most people I know take the journey. The first thing is, oh, I want to feel that nostalgia. That's what that's the you start thinking about it, like, oh, that game I used to play, and you start playing like, oh, I remember this. Oh, I remember the muscle memory and all this stuff, and then you go like, oh no. And now it doesn't take very long that nostalgia doesn't get you very far in retro gaming. All right. There's a lot of criticism from people like, oh, you're just being nostalgic. The first steps are lots of times nostalgic, but I think a lot more of it, once you get just a few steps in, is like, oh, I want to do all the things I never did. I want to go and have, why don't I have the Apple II GS that my friend had? I never had one. I wonder if I could get into one of those and drive it around for a little bit and see what the other half lived like. Tonda says retro FOMO. That's the truth. That's the truth. But yeah, got that. Oh, there he goes. Andrew the coder from Texas did subscribe. Thank you so much, Andrew. But yeah, Tom is here. What's up, Tom Lowry? In Canada, it was nice how the C64 would also function as a space heater. And it could get warm. It could get warm. Now, once you get fancy, there's several stages of retro, getting back into or getting into retro gaming. And the first step is usually like, oh, nostalgia. And you can usually just do that through a browser or, wherever you are. It's just like there's so many ways to get something running. And then lots of times people will go, okay, well, I want a little handheld device. And those things are super cheap, easy entry levels. So usually you start on your own computer or even your phone for that matter. And then you kind of break out. I want a device that actually specifically does this, and that's another little small investment. And then next thing you know, you're rocking something FPGA, which is high end emulation. So that's where you really want to get, right. And then you start going to you start going to retro conventions and start buying projects. Oh, Tonda, yeah. The retro achievements, retroachievements.org. I'm mission deep over there. If you want to challenge me to some gaming scores, the Mister has recently had support added for retro achievements. I'm not sure how all that works, but I'm glad Tonda has looked into it, so I'll have somebody to ask. Andrew the coder says, you know what I did? Got getting into emulator and started writing my emulators. Yeah, no, that's another path too. Mm-hmm. Avian says, oh, an Apple IIc. Oh, only got to use it at the public library. Oh, drool. I thought, okay, Tonda says, can't wait for them to add hardcore achievements to cores other than any. Okay, I thought I did read something about hardcore achievements being enabled in Mister, and they said it was fast. So it was just specifically for the NES. Okay, interesting. All right. Guns and Ghosts. So like I said, this is not terribly retro of us here using this Commodore 64 Mini. But like I said, it does come with a whole bunch of the Black Edition. It comes with a whole bunch of, games, the carousel. The keyboard does not work. That's what everybody always thinks at first. But it does not. It has USB cables for your inputs. You got 2 up here. It's powered by USB-C, so you get your 5-volt USB-C, and then it's got HDMI out. Why would you want to do this? Well, it's a nice little quick way to do put that in there. I'm curious, isn't there like a smaller USB for data somewhere, or do you need like a dongle? I could have swore, maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, you can plug in a USB with like tapes and discs. So D64 images, disc images, and tape images, the TAP images, and run those in here from, I believe, from the media access, I believe is where it's at, or something like that. But anyway, the point is, this is a nice little cheap, easy thing to get you can get into. Yeah, a smaller USB for power, 2 for keyboard, and flash drives. That's right, Captain Kipper. Captain Kipper, what's up? I wrote a 8085 emulator for college. Nice. In GFA Basic on my Atari ST. It was so I could write simple assembly programs for the course. Very good. It barely worked. That was 1989. Wow, that's later than I would have thought. But I could see that. Okay. Yeah, the ones I've always wanted to access. That's where I'm at in my journey currently. That and restoring the systems that I always wanted as well. Speaking of systems, so we looked at the Mini. Let's pop back over. You guys want to see more stuff about the Mini? Want to play like a quick little game? Is there one that we really just have to play? I think this one is, let's see, like a little piggy or something, I think is the one that comes up. A Pig Quest, was that the one that's on the thing? That one looks super cute, but I think it starts when the system comes on. Maybe it is that Pig's Quest thing. Yeah, must be. Or let's do that. Let's just take a look at one of these these more recent games. Why am I not getting? Let me see. I'm not seeing the Commodore 64 Mini on my screen. There, that is. Okay, there it is. I got it. Okay, I think there's 25 games on here, and they're all newer games. Millie Molly, that looks like fun. Well, these are retro inspired. A Pig Quest, I think that was the one. 2023 Piggy 18 team. I love that name. And it's an adventure game, right? Chiumo, year 2023. In this platform adventure guide, Frank Further. Is his name Frank Further? Or you could, yeah, this is capitalized. Frank Further on a quest of unexpected courage to free his village from a powerful curse. Jump across the tricky terrain, avoid enemies, solve puzzles, and explore vibrant levels to recover 4 stolen statues. Yeah, let's try this first real quick. Andrew says, I emulated the 6502 in 3 languages. That is awesome. And started trying to build systems on it. I have an NES emulator and a Commodore PET emulator working. Very nice, very nice. I would love to have a real Commodore PET. Man, I would love to have that, just all the space that it would consume. Same reason why I don't have arcade systems. Captain Kipper says, Bruce Lee is the best game built in. Gateway to Asfe. Okay, is that how you say that? Asfe. Did not know that. The Wraith, what is up? Warforge is here. What's going on? We're gonna play just a minute of this, one of these preloaded games. On the Peggy 18. It's got the Peggy 18 little thing there. I love that. Captain, really? My first computer was a PET. Still have it. Crazy. Oh, you got the Andrew. Yeah, I'm going to bookmark that for later. So this is your Rust PET emulator? All right, I'm bookmarking that. I'm bookmarking it. Let me see here. Where must have a bookmark set? What you doing to me, Opera GS? Let's bring the, there we go. I'll just add you to my favorites bar there. All right, Andrew, thank you so much. I'm going to take a look at that later. All right. Let's see if we can do a little Pig Quest real quick. And then, did you say I love the graphics? I love the graphics. All right. I love the audio too. It's pretty good. Let's see. Difficulty, Young Hog. Press fire to start. I can't change it. Oh, I can change it. Okay. Oh, wait. Oops. Looks like we're going hard. Looks like we're going hardcore. All right. Oh, I love this. Oh, wow. What is that? A missile? Oh, I'm in the water. What's it? Oh, I guess just that. Okay, so, all right. So this is a single button game, even though we have 2 buttons at our disposal. Our jump is pushing up on the joystick, by the way. These little minis come with these little controllers. And as you can tell, they're very analog, right? Yeah. Yeah. Avian says, well, derp, thank you, Brian and Chad. I just let Brian wash over me on the suggestions and how things can go, and just sat there and said, yep, makes sense. It does help you to, yeah, you gotta type, man. Freak, what's up? Frickalite is here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, micro switches, that's right. Little micro switches. Oh, look, he just walks right on that. That's good. He's got a little jump. Man, I love the sprite work on this thing. Look at that. I would have lost my poop back in the day. I wonder how many... I wonder how much they're cheating here. All right. This is great. All right. Oh. Oh, nope. That worked out well. Okay, I have to jump over that one. This is pretty nice. I like... Oh, there's an apple. Can I jump that high? I can't shoot. Oh, I can jump up on the branches, though. I like that. I'm assuming the birds are obstacles, and I will have collisions. Let's see. Maybe not. Are they just... Let me see if I can actually run into one. Oh, if I had have tried not to run into him. Okay, so those are non-collisions. Look at that sky. Look at those colors. Ah, Tim Lobster says, artwork makes me think of Kingdom. Yeah, Tim Lobster, I can see that. Are I supposed to sound like birds, says Zoe? I think we're supposed to be hearing bugs. I think that's what we're doing. I do like, oh man, that little bar down there too is so cool. I gotta look in more of this. This is nice. I like this. Oh no, these look bad. Okay, so I think the other birds are fine. These look like bats, right? Oh yeah. Ooh, look, my little shirt changes color too. How cool is that? How am I supposed to get up to? Am I gonna get some upgrades here? Oh, you know what? I bet I can jump on the backs of the birds. Because that's what you would do, right? So I can't reach up here. And okay, so I bet you I gotta jump. I bet you I gotta jump on top of one of these guys, maybe. Oh no, that is not. That's not how that works. So maybe there's some Castlevania component where I gotta upgrade something and I gotta backtrack, maybe. Oh, these are just gonna keep coming, huh? Can I go down here, or is it? Yeah, look at this, dude. I love this game. I love this game. Man, I am digging the crap out of it. Yeah, some wolf orcs. Look at that. Lots of work. Absolutely, Axel. This is... I mean, I have a feeling this would not run on a standard Commodore 64, right? But, you know, it's a proof of concept what you could do. What you could do, right? I wish I could shoot up. Obviously, a limitation of the system. See, Axel thinks maybe just looks extended memory. Yeah. Apps. Oh, look at. Did you see that? Did you see the nice little touches? Nice little touches there. Captain Kipper seems to think it should still run just extended memory. Okay. Well, maybe we can try that. Maybe we can try to take one of our original Commodore 64s and upgrade it. Because I got one that's kind of like, it's already got some upgrades on it, but it's pretty much original. It's like upgrades you would have found. It was upgraded back during the 80s, right? So it's old school upgrades. So we'll look at that system. And we'll see if we can get some... so add that to the list of stuff I'd like to try. I don't know if we'll ever get around to it. But... do I have to have a key or something here? I could play the crap out of this game. This game is awesome. Alright, so do I have to have a key, I'm assuming? See, all I ever had, my original Commodore 64 was stock. You know, it was just plain old Commodore 64, you know. Oh, do I have to jump up here? We can't. Can we not get past this? Oh, the door is in our way. I guess we have to come up through that ladder on the right-hand side. Captain says, the file name on the Mini can be used to enable REU. Okay. And other options. So a check of the file name would point to what it uses. Oh, look at that. Interesting. Learning stuff. That's what the 8-Bit Computer Club's all about. Sharing that 8-bit computer knowledge. Looks like we're going to start an ad here in just a minute. It'll be our first ad of the night over on Twitch. If you're subscribed, you will not see any ads. But we usually do a 3-minute ad at 30 minutes in. And then we don't get an ad for another hour. So that's we're kind of trying to do our best to rock the system so that they, you know, to have as few interruptions as possible. But if you do watch the ads, I appreciate that. If you can subscribe, that's great as well. But both helps in the long run, and I appreciate you. So it says the ad's going to start soon. I don't know why it hasn't already started, but it's okay. And there goes the ad. So we're gonna sit and chat for a minute. Captain Kipper says, so the file name on the Mini can be used. Okay, take a look at that. Houdini 7 says the treasurer fully supports subscribing. You know, I need to make you an icon with like little coins and stuff next to it. Yeah, maybe I'll emulate this Aladdin's castle token. Here's the you have to pay all fees must be paid in Aladdin's castle tokens. Got that. Maybe a better look at it. Let's take the rear cam. Right. All right. Let's take a look at this from the rear cam. Right. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Yeah. Look at that. Someone was nice enough to send me, and I'm blanking on who sent it to me, but someone was nice enough to send me a whole bag of Aladdin's tokens. There he is. There's Mr. Aladdin. I'm trying to get a good angle on it. But yeah, is that cool or what? But I got a whole pack. This only reason I had this one out is because somehow or another, when I was cleaning up the other day, one of them had escaped, and this was the escapee. So now he's my example. I bring him on screen to to do that. All right. The Ray says, or YouTube video Twitch chat. What was that? I missed something? It must be coffee and cookie break time. That's right. Oh, I should get some cookies, but I need biscuit cookies, right? I need like some digestives. Do we need like 8-Bit Computer Club fancy night? I think we should think about that. Somebody put a note in that. Somebody put a pin in 8-Bit Computer Club. What will we call it? I want to call it fancy night, but you're going to bring digestives? Absolutely. So Zoe's going to bring us some digestives. There's nothing better than taking a moment, and boy, do the English know how to do that with their tea and biscuits. And I think maybe we should, especially when I get back after I see Zoe and she provides me when we make the exchange. I'm bringing you Aladdin Castle tokens to pay for, by the way. I'm just kidding. But Zoe has crafted. What is it? Knitted? I think it's knit, right? Knitted, not crocheting. You've knitted scarves, Tom Baker scarves, 20 feet. Is that right? We need a complete set of fine china, all the fancy decor. Oh, that's good. That's good. We'll have to have a night like that. Avia says this might be a Scott question, but I distinctly remember a satisfactory ka-chunk when the coin went into the cabinet. Yes. Was that deliberately done by the manufacturer? It was just me, or is my brain making up things? So that's a really good question. So lots of times the arcade games, when you would put the token in, they did have a sound attached to that because it could be triggered. you could trigger a sound, and it would sometimes go ka-chunk. Now, the mechanics of it, that was probably just, incidental. It just probably because of the way the mechanics of it has to work to, measure the coin and, the weight of the coin and so on and so forth, and maybe just organically makes a really good chunk. But my guess is everything was about manipulation of the arcade, emotional manipulation through sound and visual, and just engagement. It was our original engagement, right? It was like, ooh, I got to play one more time. So to know it accepted the coin, right? The Wraith. But yeah, so that chunk you may remember could be mechanical, but probably the ones you're remembering the most probably had an added sweetener from the board, right? From the speakers. I'll have 4 26-foot knitted Tom Baker scarves. One is for Brian. That is crazy. They're 26 feet. That is crazy. The other 3 are used to escape the tower, sis. Welcome back from the ad, by the way. We were just chit-chatting and waiting for you guys to get back before we continued our gaming. So thank you so much for watching that ad. Like I said, everything helps. Whether you sit through ads, whether you come and you lurk. I mean, those go to my numbers. You don't have to expend any energy. You can just have my dumb, drolling voice in the background. And occasionally hear me scream. But we were talking about arcade tokens. Got some really good. Avian's got some great questions. Nukem, what is up, my friend? Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Friday, Saturday, wherever in the world you are. We're playing this game. It's called Pig Farmer. No, what's it called? What's it called? We're in the Broken Pillars right now. But dude, I freaking love this game. Oh, this reminds me of something. Oh my gosh. This is inspired. I gotta find out what the inspiration is, because this is definitely inspired by something I've played before. This is a modern game. They came with the Commodore 64 Mini, as well as showcasing 26 other of the highest rated new games. Do you see these? Do you see Avec? That's right. Showcasing Avec. That's Frenchies. That's the Frenchies with. And then it says something now. What does that say down there? Why are the French in a black font on it's blue? That's hard to read. It's new love notables. Yeah. News. So yeah, there you go. I took a little French. Oh, there's more French down here. Look at that. All that Frenchies. I wish I could remember. I need to go back and learn. I gotta via USB. Oh, hi, Adobe Geek. What is up? But this is from those guys who brought us so many of these things. This is Retro Games, right? Retro Games Limited. They're the ones who are bringing us that new Amiga 1200. This full size, but it's like their Commodore 64. We might get that one day. It's kind of hard. I'll be honest with you. Since I've got my Commodore 64 Ultimate, it's been kind of hard to go back and play with that Commodore 64, the C64 full size one. I mean, it's just not as cool, but it's also a lot cheaper. The world's best-selling mini home computer, just like the world's best real full-size computer. This is the world's best-selling mini home computer. I wonder if we can verify that. Avian's giving me some hard time. If you have Amazon Prime, maybe use your free Twitch sub here. That's a great idea. That's a wonderful idea. But yeah, I'm doing great, Adobe. How about yourself? How is your Friday, Saturday going? I'm pretty sure you're on a Friday. The Wraith, but maybe not a Sam disc. That is some inside baseball, and I love it. So, all right, hey, this is the part of the show, or the part of the get together, where we do we make a scene change. So, in order to make a scene change, we're gonna have to take down this Mini, right, and we're gonna have to get our TI-99 on board to get up here. So, because we're gonna look at that keyboard. But that means it's demo time. So we're going to hit demos from the scene. Zoe says, gone, Friday's gone, midnight here, so happy Saturday. Cryptic Skills wants to know, where's the Raztan? Had a really cool thing happen on Monday. The Galloping Ghost Arcade. I didn't know they even had a Twitch channel. I feel so, what's the word, out of the loop on that. One of the, supposed to be the largest arcade in the U.S. Place I've been wanting to go. It's about a 10-12 hour drive here from me. Me and Tonda have made tentative plans to road trip. But they raided in on us when we were playing Rastan, and which was amazing. We're playing that for the Play Retro show this week. And they came in and we got some real schooling on real big time Rastan. But it was pretty awesome. Avian says, I can't give you sass, Brian. I just read it in French and it stayed in French in my head. Axel, this is the truth. Once you FPGA, you never go back. It is really hard. For that real hardware you switch on for brief moments just for the smell of it, dude. Yeah, if you guys don't know what FPGA is, we'll have a further discussion, but most of you guys are probably aware. I've talked about it a pretty good bit, but if you ever have questions about the FPGA and how it maybe differs from other types of emulation, we can totally talk about that. Brian, are you getting the C64 C Ultimate? So that is a great segue right into that, the Wraith. Let's turn on our Commodore 64 Ultimate, which was the one I got last year that arrived in time for Christmas, right? And that's right down here. I'll move my nasty looking coffee boy. That doesn't look appealing. It looked a lot better when I first made it because it had all the little foamy swirls and stuff in it. This is the Commodore 64 Ultimate bread bin. They released this last year. I pre-ordered day one as fast as I could. And now just recently, Commodore.net has announced in open pre-orders for the Commodore 64, the C64C. And that was, if you know what that is the more thin you would find later. So a lot of it started out of the bread bin, little brown bread bin. And then we eventually made it to the slim one, and we'll take a look at that and here's in a second. And yes, to answer your question, the long answer to your question, the Wraith, yes, I did. I ordered it day one. I went with the beige, and I did that. You guys know I got the Starlight Edition on the Commodore 64 Ultimate bread bin, and I did that on purpose because I have plenty of plain brown Commodore 64s. I'm like, well, I don't want another one that looks exactly like it. I'll probably get confused. And there was also the gold one, which is the Founders Edition. I was like, I'm not that fancy. And so I went with the Starlight Edition, and it's been really cool because you got all these lights that light up, and it can do it in time with the SID chip, which is the sound chip. It's amazing. I love it. It's so much fun. But I've recently been building an area in my in the corner of my bedroom. So, when I go to bed at night, I pop out the Commodore 64. I pop out the manual. I pop out Compute's Gazette. I got the latest one of that. Basic is not dead. Basic is May 1st. It's Basic's birthday. 1964, I believe, is the date that Basic was born, on May 1st, when they consider that its birth. And so Basic is not dead. So I have a little cozy corner. I call it my 8-bit cozy corner in my in my bedroom, where I've got like a nice old wooden style desk. It's not old. It's actually like it looks like an old desk, but I got a bunch of old stuff on it, right? Why won't this go back in the spot I pulled it from? It's like it's getting hung up on something, like a cable down there. All right, but yeah, so I went with the Commodore 64 Ultimate Slim, and like I said, the reason why I did that is because it would match the aesthetic of the bedroom. I don't want bleeps and bloops and flashes and stuff in my bedroom. I'm trying to sleep in there. Yeah, Houdini 7 says, did you see they found some original C64 molds from 1986? Yes, from my understanding, did I read the blog correctly that that's what they did? They found the original molds, and the ones they'll be shipping out, which we're on a pre-order now, will have all the imperfections from the original. So if you go over to Commodore.net, I forget exactly. There's easier ways to do it, but let's take a. I'm going to bring you along for the ride, right? Let's get physical, physical. All right, so here we go. So on the left-hand side is the Commodore 64 Ultimate plain beige. And then you've got the Ultimate over here, the 64C. And it comes in, oh, wait. That looks, why does that look white? Oh, it's this grayed out. Okay. So I ordered this one. This one I ordered. It's supposed to be, it's going to be cast from the some of the original molds, right? And so, yeah, I thought that was the way to go. They have the Starlight Edition and the Founders Edition for this one as well. Since I've already got all the LED light ups and stuff with the SID on the bread bin, I don't really see where it would really, it's cool. And when we do the demos and stuff, it's way cool. But am I going to be running demos on both of them? I don't think so. And otherwise, what would be the point? Then you got the Founders Edition. Looks pretty cool. In my opinion, it looks much better than the Founders bread bin version. The bread bin version, I was just like, I don't know. And it looks pretty cool though. So Houdini 7 said put the video link in the retro gaming on your Discord. Oh, for the molds and stuff. Very good. Maybe we can watch that here in a minute. Monkey says we've been over this, Brian D. Don't you tempt me. That's what the meets are all about, man. Houdini 7, you can actually post links now. I've made it. I apologize I missed your message earlier. But if you want to post that video link in the chat, feel free. Until someone abuses it, we've turned on just allow all links, right? Until someone abuses, then I have to turn it off. Do it. Do it. All right. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on this link, and let's see if we can check this out. Okay, so this is Perifractic, right? Okay, so where's the, why is he not talking? Why can't I hear you, man? What's up? What's up? Why I'm not hearing you here? Oh, interesting. I don't know. I'm not hearing him. I mean, is it turned? Oh, it's turned down. It's not turned down, but it's turned down. All right. Even then, we're not getting anything. Wonder if I need to close the browser and reopen it again. Might need to. All right. Bugger butt. Let's do it. Let's quit Opera. Let's see if it will keep all of the open tabs. And it'll probably start screaming at me from a million different directions. It's still not doing anything. Why can't I hear anything? Come on, man. What's up with that? What's up with that? All right, let me double check. Let me see. Yeah, that should be working. Why is it? Did I mute it somewhere? What is going on? Let's see if I go here. Can I hear myself double? Let's see what happens here. Let me see. I'm not getting nothing. Oh, you know what? There was a Windows update. You get me every time. Microsoft. Why? Why do you get me every time? You know it changed it, right? I mean, you just know it.
Thank you, Dallas. And sold a limited number of new cases, despite a factory fire. They were acquired by iComp.de, which brings us to today. Again, Commodore has risen from the ashes, much like our tooling in that fire, which means we have been able to reacquire the tooling and inject another piece of the original Commodore DNA back into the company today. An incredible discovery from the history of computing is inside.
All right, here we go. All right, now that I got the stuff straight, now that I got it right, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, you big turd bucket. Microsoft. All right, so here we go. Perifractic, aka Retro. What is it? Retro Good Times. What is it? I forget. Anyway, all right. So this was one of the announcements about the new 1986 model of the Commodore 64. Let's take a look.
History of computing is inside this warehouse, and as CEO of Commodore, I'm here to bring it back home to Commodore so we can launch a brand new product using it today. After I take you inside to take a look at it with me, of course. But what is it, and how did it get here? Well, in 1986, so quite recently then, Commodore began production in Asia of a new product. But when the machinery reportedly failed to produce computer cases fast enough, it was shipped to engineers at Commodore in Westchester, Pennsylvania for investigation. That product was the Commodore 64C, Min Luong's sleek, slimline redesign of the bestseller, matching the Amiga and Commodore 128 design language. But there the tooling sat in a corner until in 2014, Dallas Moore found the molds at auction, restored and repaired them, thank you Dallas, and sold a limited number of new cases. Despite a factory fire, they were acquired by icomp.de, which brings us to today. Commodore has risen from the ashes, much like our tooling in that fire, which means we have been able to reacquire the tooling and inject another piece of the original Commodore DNA back into the company today. Come with me, let's see what kind of shape it's in. Hopefully C64C shape.
Yeah.
There they are. Okay, I'm going to do the honors.
Oh, hi, Mark Stevenson. What's up? We're just watching this reveal real quick.
Computing history right there. These helped make the best-selling desktop computer of all time.
Wow. Other than Form Factor Monkey?
You can see they've renewed the pressure lines.
Nothing.
There is a badge down here. I wonder what it says.
Good, Mark.
It's all Chinese to me. Well, actually, that's Japanese, Perry. It tells us the tooling was made in Japan along with the cases, which makes perfect sense because the case designer, Min Luong, was based there. That's amazing. Gave myself a hernia. But thanks to icomp.de, we can
look at that. Look at that reverse mold.
1,300 kilos. It's like 3,000 pounds. Really expensive. So just imagine these may have made the Commodore 64C that you actually owned. Wow. It's good to have you home, buddies.
Did you?
Pellets to pellets.
Mark Stevens got my 64 Maxi.
Pellets or granules that make up the case, kind of like white chocolate.
Yeah.
And these are boxes full of cases that we've already manufactured, waiting for you to go onto your machine. Do you see this very faint mark? We're told it is because in older molds like this, there were only 2 flow points. You can see one of the injection points here. So the plastic cooled down by the time it met its other half here, leaving this little imperfection that tells you it is an original Commodore part. And we guarantee it's not just these molds. You can see the same marks in thousands of C64Cs made in the 80s, including these 2 computers made years apart. Visit the brand new Commodore.net now. Order your 64C Ultimate, made from Commodore's original molds. And welcome back to friendly slimline computing. Speaking of which, an incredible discovery from history.
Nice. You get a nice loop on that one, Perry. Good job. Paraphractic doing that. All right. So that's just a quick look at the new Commodore 64 Slim Ultimate. Like I said, I went with the beige. If you go with that's the Slimline, $299. I believe that's what it is currently. I believe the first batch of pre-orders has already, I think they've already sold out on the beige, I believe, is what I got an email notification the other day. I'm a patron supporter of Retro Recipes, and they send us stuff early. We're supposed to keep it on the down low, but you can get it too. But I got mine right away. Pre-orders, I put my pre-orders right in on that one. And of course, like I said, people ask me, what should I do? Did you get the Starlight Edition again? I'm like, no, because I've already got the bread bin version. So, and I kind of thought about the Founders Edition for a minute. It's about $100 more. But I was just like, that's just a little, that's cool and all, but I mean, that's more like something you'd put up in storage, right? But it looks like it's a frosted transparency with LED lights inside. So that's all way cool. But what am I going to do? I don't I don't collect stuff for like investment. I don't collect things for investment other than myself. I invest in myself and the joy that it brings, and the joy that it brings me to share with others. And this is my Starlight Edition Commodore 64, the Ultimate. And I believe Mark says, now Mark, did you get the wait a minute, where's the, oh god, I think there's now, did you get the retro games Maxi? Is that the one you got, or did you get the Commodore 64 Ultimate? Because I have the Maxi and stuff. This is we looked at this briefly earlier. This one is the Black Edition. It's on. Why does everything feel like I'm tried to sell it? I don't want to sell this to you, but I'm just saying this is what it looks like. If you have questions, I'm already enjoying it. If you have questions, let me know. But Woot was selling these super cheap, $59. The Mini, no, the keyboard doesn't work, blah blah. But it comes with like cool little bunch of new games, unlike the original one, which came with like some original games and some of the older games as well. So let's switch back to that. I'm going to reposition my desk, but when we do that, typically, because I got to get this Texas Instrument Computer 99 TI 99 4A on the desk. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we do on Friday nights. We go hit the scene, the demo scene, and we'll check out some really cool things that these machines will do. All right. Let's see. Where did we? Somebody needs to help me. Where's my treasurer at? Seems like a treasurer job. We got the Maxi. You got the Maxi with a full working keyboard. Yeah, I love that one. I got my Maxi out. Maybe we'll pull that one out next week and take a look at it as well. So they are those back in stock? Because that's amazing. I love it. $6.99 on Woot right now, says Graftart, for the C64 Black Edition Mini. I really need somebody to go through and figure out what we have seen and what we haven't seen, because when we do these demos, we like to give proper credit to these amazing artists and groups. The Shores of Reflection was released on February 11th, 2017. Shape was founded in October 1988. So this is an older group. And the Shores of Reflection, I don't think we've done this, but we'll check out their group ID here shortly. But let's first watch this demo, and then while I move stuff around, let's rock out. This music aren't really good. I like 9, but only because it's really clever. Yeah, I love 9. I watched 9 recently. Did you watch it? I think the guy, we'll talk about it. The guy who does that one. Well, I'll have to point some. That is cool. That is badass. Is it loud enough? Does it need to be louder? Warning, flashing lights. Flashing lights, warning, warning. Racist sound is okay. Mark, great question. How long did it take me to get my 64? I got it right before Christmas, so I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I love that. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, here it comes. Ooh, carry on. That is so freaking cool! On the shores of 8-bit. jealous of this imagery. These second... It does remind me of Iggy Pop. Give us some call. Oh, dude. I want to get to this level. Does that mean it's time to flip the disc? Mr. Cat. Not the floppy. No, he took the floppy. Don't forget when you flip the disc, you just mount it. You don't run it. Can't believe that guy stole my disc. What a bunch of crap. Science. I'm tripping out, y'all. I'm tripping. Listen to that bass drop. Dude, you ain't got no pants on. You ain't got no pants on, dude. That's a very vulnerable situation. Right, Mark? This is why the C64 been reborn. Actually says on a device 300,000 times slower than the latest iPhone. Commodore 64 back in his box, and we have We have the TI 99 up in his space. With this bad membrane keyboard. Shape always surpassing. Always be surpassing. It's a pretty badass demo. Oh, boom, boom, boom. God. I didn't even know the SID could do that. One thing we haven't gotten to yet is we have a new ARM SID in place, but I haven't had a chance to upgrade the firmware on it. Pretty sweet indeed. By the way, oop, that's the music info here. So let's take a look at here. This was Shape. The name of the demo we just watched was Shores of Reflection, released on February the 11th, 2017. Shape was founded in October 1988. If you head over, if you want to learn more about this group, still active at least as recently as 2017, let's go over to the scene CSDB. DK, which is a place we go to quite often. This is one of the mini demos that came on the Commodore 64 Ultimate. And let's take a look here. I'm going to bring you along for the ride. Let's see here. We got that, and let's turn that off. Yeah, here we go. Shape. SHP is their name-o. Let me get back to the default here. Oh, I know why. Gotta turn my cam link back. Oh, hi. Always surpassing. So let's see. Europe Shape Design, founded in 1980 of 8. Got some nice little user ratings there. Their last thing they've done. Let's see. Where is the most recent? Look at the size of this group. All the members. Sticker Snoopy. Love it. The Voice. BBS is over there on the drugstore. Maybe we'll have to see if that BBS is still available and check that out sometime. Look at this. As recently as a Look to the East, they recently had something in 2026 for music, one file demo, all at Fallujah. Is that Fallujah? What is that? Fallujah Data, something like that. 2026. And so they're still pretty active. Let's take a look to see how they did with the Shores of Reflection. It premiered in a 2017 demo at Datastorm 2017. Let's take a look and see if they have a site for that. It placed number 2 for the C64 demos. They had a couple other things that was the only. They had music as well on Smokish. But let's take a look. Datastorm, we are back. This is a demo party. Is what they had, right? And here's the official website, datastorm.party. Let's see if this is still inactive. Oh yeah, we've seen Datastorm before. Yeah, we've seen these. The last time they'd done something was right before the pandemic. I think we actually watched one last week. That was that. But there we go. So Datastorm. That was the demo this week. Or we probably close out with one too. Or if we need to make another scene change, we'll just see how it goes. Welcome in. How long will let's see, Mark Stevenson. Let's get back to the chat for a minute. How long will I get my C64 Ultimate? I bought it last week. Oh, did you buy the bread bin version? Before Tank Girl? What is that, Before Tank Girl? I see there is a C64 PC, says Mark Stevenson. Yes, there is a PC. If you go to Commodore.net, they will redirect you to a project that essentially allows you to have a modern PC in a bread bin, essentially, in a bread bin format. And that's, if you don't know what bread bin format is, well, what are you watching the 8-Bit Computer Club for? I mean, we're a bunch of weirdos around here, right? No, we're totally normal, but it's the old bread bin style. Of course, it'd be a brown or something instead of that. Yeah, you got the bread bin C64 page, Mark. Yep. The Race says, Brian, have you seen the upcoming C64 and Spectrum handhelds by the Evercade people? I have. There's so much 8-bit computer stuff going on right now. And I actually commented that on Twitter on that announcement because I was like, why would you need an 8-bit computer in a handheld format? None of those games were designed for handhelds. And then I followed that up with, of course I'm going to get one. Of course I'm going to get one. Yeah, Forte, who you calling normal, says before Tank Girl. Yeah, Mark Stevens says, man, you killing it, man. You getting in, right? That's a good question on when it's going to arrive. I don't know. I'll have to take a look. But yeah, David Akers is here. What's up, David? But yeah, let's look at that. Actually, I think I pulled that up somewhere. I may have closed it since then. By the way, for those just tuning in, welcome in. We are doing a lot of things, but one of the things we want to recognize is that basic computer language, 1964, May the 1st, is often attributed to the birth of BASIC. So that's today. So happy birthday, BASIC. You changed my life for sure. Because would I have gotten going down the path of programming if BASIC was not accessible to a young 10, 12-year-old Brian on a VIC-20 and a Commodore 64? I don't know. I don't know what that would have looked like, because I remember when Microsoft DOS came around, I was super disappointed because I was like, well, what is this? Where's my abilities to, do all the cool stuff I was doing with BASIC? It felt like a step backwards. It was just a different thing, right? So if DOS had been the thing instead of BASIC, right? I don't know. I mean, and if the first hurdle to getting into programming was like assembly or something similar to that, I don't know what I would have done. Houdini said, so you were 12 in 1964? No, 10-year-old and 12-year-old Brian was in the 80s before he was 12, but but thanks to the work done earlier that got BASIC into the people's hands, right? That's right. Axel, didn't Microsoft release the source code for BASIC? They did. Didn't they release, or what was the most recent thing they released? They've been releasing source code for stuff, and I'm trying to remember. I think they just released speaking of DOS, I think they just released 1.0 source and everything. But yeah, they did last year release BASIC. Yeah, correct, Axel. Yes. So they finally returned it. That's Microsoft BASIC. All right, that's not this BASIC. This BASIC is not that. This BASIC. But this kicked off at Dartmouth College, and there's a really good documentary on this. And if you guys ever want me to share that with you, just let me know, and we'll dig into deeper of that too. Steven says, I downloaded the Jiffy DOS. Yeah, I guess I love the Jiffy DOS. It makes things faster. But let's look back real quick. Like you guys were saying, there is a new Commodore 64. It helps if you spell it right. Commodore 64 and Speccy handheld. That's the ZX Spectrum. I'm going to say it right. I don't want to offend Axel. I gotta say the ZX, right, not the ZX. Also, Axel, by the way, I have a retro limited version of the Spectrum. It's the only access I've ever had to one. Okay, so Verge just announced this. That's a pretty decent place to go to. So here we go. Look at this. The aesthetic, I'm in. Freak Elite. Thank you, Freak. Be good. Be safe out there, friend. It's the Z, right? Everybody knows this is Z. But I really love how it looks. It's hinged. It's got this flip up screen. Like D-pads and face buttons. It looks like they got function keys on here too at the top. That, I don't know, man. It just seems like the most pointless I mean, most of what I do with 8-bit computing and even retro in general is revisiting things that I loved, right? And then exploring things that I never had access to, but I wanted access to. This feels like, I don't know, it just feels wrong. Right? The races will be interesting to see how they map the buttons, right? Because like I said, you know, a lot of the Commodore 64, it just visually, it looks like, if I click for a bigger image here, this is the website. So this is Funstock USA is where this one takes you to. So it looks like you got your optional controls over here, and then you got your F1, F3, F5, and of course in between that you can do an F2 and everything. That's really important in some games. The 4-way D-pad, I'm assuming, is actually 8-way. I haven't read that, but I'm assuming so. It's got 4 face buttons. That seems unnecessary, but I mean, I guess some of the later things you could do with the Commodore 64, you could use your Genesis controllers, and you also, if you had an Amiga, because like Amiga had like 4 face buttons, right? Their little controller. And I guess I just don't know. I don't see the purpose of it. I like to, but the sprites are always usually big and chunky, so I guess it would look good even on a small screen, maybe even better. It comes with some included games, a Pig's Quest. We started that. This may be the whole selling point for me right here. This may be the whole selling point. A Pig's Quest. I started playing this earlier on the Mini Black Edition, which it comes with, and I gotta say, I was really enjoying it. So this looks like it's a pretty decent little set here. These all like this is the same stuff. This has got to be retro limited. This is them. This is the same games. This is the same games that's on this. It's the same games, right? It looks like the same thing. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. This has got to be retro games, excuse me. That's got to be them, right? So just more modern games, but I'm assuming you'll probably be like you usually do, be able to do that. What's up? September's here. Having a nice evening? Absolutely. With 8-Bit Computer Club, it's always a nice evening. So many big announcements in the last week with 8-bit stuff, so it's just I'm so excited. All right, so yeah, that's it. But I do like how, I really like how the Specky. Okay, so it's Hyper Megatech. I have some of this stuff, so maybe it's just a pack or something. I don't know. Evercade. I've got some of the Evercade stuff as well. I had the Super Pocket. Okay, I got this confused. So this is the Hyper Megatech stuff, which is, they tie in with Evercade carts, so you can get the real carts. I'm assuming these take Evercade carts. Micro SD. I'm not seeing an Evercade cart. What a missed opportunity. That can't be right. There must be a slot for the Evercade carts. I mean, you got all the buttons you need. Menu select, start. That should really be a Commodore key and control. What? Well, now I'm disappointed. I'm both excited and disappointed all at once, just like life. Let's see, what was the where's the Specky at? The Specky just looks really good. Oh, it looks, look, this is absolutely Hyper Megatech, but this is absolutely, Retro Limited has their name written all over this, because that's the exact little crash include thing with it. That's the same. That's the same. They got some kind of, Hyper Megatech's got something related to this. All right, I need to read more. But yeah, that's the deal. What was the price on these things? $150. Fun stock 2000 available, limited to 2,000 units. Dang it! They limited an edition. My Spectrum handheld. You buttholes. October the 15th. Dadgummit, 2000? All right. Dadgummit, the Houdini 7? Come on. Come on. All right, let's take a look. All right, so that was cool. That was cool. So, hey, look, we got to look at that really cool demo from Shape. Shores of Reflection was what we just watched. And now we've got our TI-99 pulled out, and we're going to get on to hopefully getting a resolution here on this bad boy. So let me get a little more light on this thing. We're going to brighten it up a little bit. Let me see. I don't want to get it. Go a little higher, maybe. Can you bring me higher? Me. So this is our keyboard, not mechanical. It's spring-loaded keyboard, right? And it pushes into this membrane, and this membrane is insane in the membrane. Very common problem for these. This is a Mitsumi membrane keyboard for the TI-99. Cost cutting for the beige version of this later on. Let me get to the TI-99 screen, which I believe is on a 2, which I'm going to find out now because I'm going to turn this bad boy on. Hopefully just heard a little, might just heard a little beep. Let's take a look. Yep, we got joy here. All right, joy down in my computer. Okay, so Axel says just for Christmas. That's right, just in time for Christmas, Axel. Got to spend all the money. All right, so as you notice here, we started doing this a couple of weeks ago when or maybe like a month ago or more. But anyway, we turned on our TI-99 because we thought we was going to play with it. We was going to play with it and was like, cool. And so it said press any key. And now, of course, this isn't going to work. I mean, because it's not hooked up, so it's obviously not going to work right now. But pretend we were like, and it just nothing, nada. So I did some reading, found out some of you guys gave some feedback, and I was able to take this guy, right? And I was like, okay, so I had seen some people try to repair these, so I think I've narrowed down what typically happens. This is a theory. This is what happens. These keyboards just fail, and the reason why is because this is just a theory. Either something's going on either with the glue sticky that sticks this together. Maybe it's like it's like off gassed or something. Anyway, the point is this: the contacts under the membrane on this plastic membrane onto the PCB contacts there. Something's making it. It's got to be cleaned. All right, so you got to clean it. It's not really a theory. That's a fact. So what happens is a lot of people, they'll have trouble with it. They know. They're like, okay, I'm going to pop it up and clean it. And so they peel this off and basically destroy the adhesive. And the worst part they do is right here in this window down here, these traces here, they peel off. So if you pull this, you'll break these traces. And if you break those traces, you're gonna have to redo it. You're gonna have to redo it. So I've seen some solutions. So if you have a non-functional keyboard, if it's never been open, great. That's good, because you probably can get in here and very carefully, while keeping this down and not letting it pull up, very carefully peel this, which is not terribly sticky on mine, and just clean the pads underneath, and then very carefully lay it back down. And hopefully that'll take care of it. If you've already had somebody work on it, there's a good chance they peeled this up and they broke these traces, and you'll probably have to fix them. Luckily, no one had worked on mine before this. And yeah, before Tank Girl, there's several theories like, is it shrinkage because of the plastic? The plastic it does not feel brittle. I'm not saying it didn't shrink some. Plus, there's like little rubber pads in the back of these things. They're kind of like rubber pad. They're some kind of composite. But anyway, the point is probably a little bit of shrinkage. My guess, though, is since I'm able to clean the PCB contact areas with a little bit of 91 plus isopropyl alcohol, and then get joy. Because watch, look, I'm going to hit this space bar, right? This is what the space bar is, right? With my finger, I'm going to hit the space bar. Hey, look, joy. Now it wants us to push the 1, right? So the 1 is up here on the keyboard, right? It's in the corner. And if I do that, Let's see. Am I getting to it? Face. Oh, uh-oh. You know what? Let me try that again. Oh, now it's not working. Now it's not working. And let me make sure it's good and flat. Nothing. Nothing. It's not working. Stupid keyboard. There it goes. Maybe I didn't push hard enough. There it is. All right. Maybe. Did I clean the one before? So earlier this week on Monday when I was troubleshooting this, I was like, oh, I'm going to look. And I did. I cleaned the space bar and I cleaned 1, 2, 3, 4 and the enter key. So if I hit these, as you can tell, I'm hitting these right. And what I could do, it might be better if I do this. You don't have to look at my face. Don't look at my face. Why are you looking at my face? All right, here we go. Duh. All right, let's make it easier on ourselves here. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm not getting great pressure because this is connected, but it's connected and it's just kind of sitting on top of the system there. So I'm not getting a real good, push on it. So it's bending, probably not a good idea. But anyway, those work. Now, anything else? Nothing else works because I haven't cleaned anything else. Nothing else has been cleaned. So none of the other keys. Well, wait, I lied. Well, this one's kind of, maybe I got a little bit of cleaning when I was over here with this A, maybe. But nothing was working before. Space works now because I cleaned it. I cleaned the enter key. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna kind of just pull this off ever so carefully, and I'm gonna clean each one of them. And I need my cleaning stuff. All right. Oh, wrong one. Get my cam link back up. All right. Oh. Looks like Halicon, says Mark Stevens. All right, let's take a look here. I got my tray of goodies. I've got my tray of goodies here. So let's take a look at our tray of goodies. Right? Let's see here. All right, I got my tray of goodies here. I have my isopropyl alcohol, right, unlabeled, so you're not sure if it's just for spritzing your face or if it's for death. You're not sure, but that's fine. Yeah, make sure you don't label any of your chemicals. Great idea. It's a little perfume. I just want to smell good. But I've got these, right? I've got these little things I got off. I think I just got them off Amazon. I got these when I was cleaning Atari 2600 cartridges because they are lint-free. You can use Q-tips and stuff, but Q-tips can snag on, it can snag on all kinds of stuff, and it can just be a pain in the butt. I've got some smaller ones because I want to be a little more precise. I was just cleaning willy-nilly on everything when I started doing this, and I was like, oh wait, I'm actually cleaning off I'm probably cleaning off some of the cleaner too, so I want to be careful with that. So I was like, I'm just gonna do just the pads, right? Where's the angle grinder, says 87. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to do a little cleaning up here. And hopefully that will allow me to do what we need to do. So maybe we'll get to a second demo and I'll wipe this down real quick. And then maybe we'll be able to celebrate. We'll see if we make it this far or not. We'll see if we'll get a chance to celebrate basic by typing in some reference card stuff right here. Came with this thing. Look at that. Got your color. I bet we could change the screen color. I bet we can do that. Oh, look. Ooh, more basic commands. Yeah. Print. Mark says, did you know Brian inspired me to get a Commodore 64 Ultimate? Well, I hope it ends up being a good thing then, because I'll have to take either credit or the blame. You know what? I'll take either one. Do you think I need to? I don't think I need my glasses. I think I should get my glasses. I don't know. We're going to turn this off. Put my tray of goodies up. My goodie tray. We're going to turn off the TI-99 while I do this cleaning. We're going to move back over to our Commodore 64 Ultimate, which Mark is also ordered and wants to know, when's it going to be here? I just ordered it. Come on, we send it already. Come on, hurry up. Just like me. Hurry up. All right, let's take a look at another demo and get inspired. Altaverse, what is that? Unsound Minds. I really gotta get Tonda. Tonda, help me, Tonda. Help me, Tonda. I need Tonda to go and to figure out which demos I've looked at so far. All right. So first of all, let's give a shout out. I'm not sure if Retro Dodo is still here or not, but let's give a shout out to our good friend Tonda Gosa. While we're in here, right? Oh, Tonda may have went to bed, but Tonda's not here right now. That's okay. We're still going to give a shout out to Tonda Gosa, a good friend of mine and an individual who I'll get to see hopefully very shortly at Nerdtacular, as well as Dr. Tolbert, who is another person who is on our crew at the show and hangs out and is amazing. Also on the Discord server. Love me some Dr. Tolbert. Will they release a Spectrum with the plastic keys, says Mark Stevenson? They've already done that. They've actually, Retro Limited has released a Spectrum with the old rubber type keys. That's September's going to be there. Okay, so 9/12 is going to be there September. Before Tank Girl's going to be there. Zoe, if she hasn't already went to bed, she's going to be there. And we're into an ad break. All right, so we're into an ad break. Oh, so the Ray says, the plastic. So like those clear, so the plastic ones. I got you, Wraith. So not the rubber. I got you. Oh, the 128K version. I'm with you now. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I would assume. I guess the question is, yeah, I would say probably so. They're having a good bit of success. We're in an ad break, by the way. We're in an ad break right now, so we're just going to hang out for a minute. I guess I could start cleaning while we're doing this, right? I mean, that'd be fine, right? How am I going to get up close to this, though? I'm going to have to, like, hover over this thing. You know what I could do, though? You know what's smarter, though? I could just take the keyboard off. I'll just take it out of the, let's take the ribbon cable out. I'm not going to, it would be stupid to do anything else. Be careful, by the way, with these ribbon cables. Be careful. Be careful, y'all. Am I going the opposite way? I'm going the wrong way. All right. Axel says, Spectrum Next is great, but hard to get that one. Conspiracy. All right, so I just pulled out the board. Little cable here, just a little ribbon cable, plugs right in there. People get really concerned with this one. I found this one to be a pretty rugged ribbon cable. Now, of course, you always want to be careful with ribbon cable regardless, but this one, in this case, is pretty rugged, and it's glued down, or it's attached to this pad here. I probably could peel it off, but I'm not going to. And it's not. It's got a through hole, so it's completely doesn't even touch the membrane part here on this side. But you always want to be careful, especially when you're doing the pins and things. But it's a pretty rugged ribbon cable, all things considered. Does Amstrad still have the rights to the Speccy? That's a great question, Mark. I'm not sure. That's a really good question. Avian says, wait, each time I type, an ad break happens. Yeah, stop it, Avian. Stop it, man. Why are you always doing that? You're always ruining everything. A kid, of course. Right, I'm just spraying a little bit of my perfume, aka isopropyl alcohol. You smell good. What do you smell like? Isopropyl alcohol. All right. When I'm doing this, what I'm going to do is I am going to take my thumb and I am going to put it over these traces here to kind of help me hopefully not lift that part up. Before Tinker says, man sent. All right. We're back from that ad. Thank you guys so much. Once again, like I said, thank you for your support, whether you do it through subs or if you're a patron supporter, or if you're over on YouTube or if you're on Twitch, however you subscribe, watch ads, do whatever you do, contribute to the community in any form or fashion. All those things help and help this place operate. Like, subscribe down at the bottom, all that good stuff. Let's take a look at these demos again. Anybody got one? E2 Ira. What is this one? I don't remember that name. Arise was founded. We've seen Arise before, though. E2 Ira. Let's just... I'm not sure if we've seen this one or not. Maybe we'll watch the first couple little bit of it and we'll see if it looks familiar. Meanwhile, I'm going to very carefully... I don't like pulling this up. This makes me anxious. I'm not sure if this looks... Oh, that was fun. I like that. Arise. Says, I think Comcast owns it. Lord Sugar bought him back. Bought his rights from Amstrad. Does this look familiar? It kind of looks familiar. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm very carefully pulling this back. And I've got isopropyl alcohol on this tip, and I'm just cleaning the traces themselves, the pads. Once again, holding my thumb down on this area to keep it from pulling up. Amaze! Amaze! Oh, I feel like we've seen this one. Okay, I need to start working in a system instead of randomly hitting it. Okay, I think I hit. You don't like that? Did you see that peel? Puppy says, are you grounded? Probably not. Probably should get out my grounding wrist strap. Need to be cleaning beat to the beat. We've definitely seen this one. Yeah, I should be wearing gloves and my anti-static strap. This is a little bit questionable here. I don't think this leads anywhere. I think it's just... All right, flip disc. You guys want to continue watching this one or you want to try a different one? All right. I'm just kind of a little concerned about this one here. This little place right here. Okay, I'm able to kind of get it back where it was at. I think it's going to be okay. The Ray says next thing. You want to do the next disc or a next demo? I need to have rubber mats on the floor. I need to do all the things, right? I think we've seen that one before. What is one we haven't seen? Another demo? All right. It's more fun to compute. We've seen that. Justin Blue. We've definitely seen Lunatico. Have we seen that one? Released in October. Have we seen this one? I told you somebody needs to go through and see which ones we've seen already. Does it expect me to actually do it? A mind is born, says Axel. I don't know. Let's take a look. 256 byte demo, Axel. Yeah, right. That's why I said I need to definitely. We definitely need to go over what we've already seen, right? And I started keeping track of that. If you go to the 8-Bit Computer Club, 8bitcomputer.club, I've started tracking everything there, but also my YouTube videos. I need some help. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for just a second, then I'm gonna flip over to the other side. Did you pre-order the Amiga 1200? I have not, Mark Stevens. The reason why is because I do not have access to a resource that will ship to the United States. Doesn't want to show you. Could find one on eBay? That's a possibility. Blah, 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 blah. Sounds like a cat purring. I know, the Commodore 64 can do anything. Ew. Flip the disc, Brian. Flip the disc. I can't do everything. It can't flip the disc, though. Right, Axel? It can't do that, can it? Nice. Pretty. Doodle 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 doodle. going to find out how good a job I did. I did have an Amstrad 6128 disc version. Nice. Can't keep it warm on the drive, says the Wraith. If this works, it'll be a miracle. A miracle, I say. Oh, boy. Oh, I made a mistake. I don't know how I did that. Ah, crap. Uh-oh. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I screwed up bad. We're in trouble. We're in big trouble. I don't know how it accidentally got pilled up, but I made a big boo-boo. We may not have any joy tonight. I made a big boo-boo. I don't know how it got pilled up for a second, but the trace right there, it's stuck to the board. That's not good. That's bad. Very bad. I don't think this is going to be the last time we look at this board. Oh, that's really bad. And Marc's even says, new one then? They don't make new ones. Crypto skill, so that's a mistake that's going to last for at least 18 years. Oh, I don't know how I accidentally did that, but boy, I really screwed the pooch on that one. Oh, boy. I don't know how I did it, but... Whew, and it slid around, too. I made mistakes. Mistakes were made. Hey, but that's what we do, right? It would have been smart to probably have done this offline. Where I could actually concentrate and make sure I was doing everything. But what fun would that be? What fun would that be? I mean, part of this is making stupid mistakes, right? But maybe I should have done more than just held my thumb over that. But let's see. Call TI for a new one, says the Wraith. I've seen some solutions, but we may have to go to the next solution on this. We're going to have to see. All right, so we've been watching the demo for Lunatico, which I think we've watched before, actually. You can check out their group over there, Lunatico, or at least the October the 30th, 2016 by LFT. You can check those guys out over at csdb.dk. And that's a scener for some reason. Okay, so scener, the ID is 164,730. That means 730. 16473. Does the Ultimate play C16 games? I would think so. Would it be able to take? I don't think it'd be able to take carts, right? It doesn't have a different cart port, but I think if you had a program, it should work, right? Am I wrong on that? You know, that's a good question. I'm not sure. But I'm going to try to stick this back in here. So let's just see what happens. Let's see if we can put this back in here and see if there's what we have. Let's see what we have wrought with our real-time cleaning on stream. Like a big old noonie head. I thought I could do something at the same time, but that's okay. That's okay. You live, you learn, and then you make the same mistakes over and over again. Because that's life. That's life. And how do I help make it worse? By, I don't think I ever even unplug. I'm doing everything you're not supposed to do. I'm doing all the things you're not supposed to do. I'm doing them right now. All right. Let's get this TI-99 pulled up and see if it even turns on anymore. Axe Nightshade says, this is why ZX80 owners don't have any hair. All right, so I'm just going to press the board like we've been doing. Let's see. I'm not going to get nothing, I bet, because like I said, I peeled that. Oh, okay, so I got lucky there. So if I kind of smooth down press down on where those contacts are in that one area, I got a little bit of joy on the space. Let me see if I put pressure there, and let's just, yeah, just what you would expect. I have probably made the situation way worse. Oh, look at that. I actually was able to hit the one probably by accident. Oh, look, but the other keys that I did clean seems to be functional. That's okay. Look, that's what this is all about. This is all about trial and error. And no, it doesn't suck at all. Because if I did it, if I screwed it up like this, someone else has screwed it up. So we're taking journeys. We're taking some journeys. Yeah, nothing a good peg won't fix, says Axel, right? Come on, we'll get it. It's fine. Ava says, Brian, please do not show up next stream looking like powder. Look, this is just part of it. This is just part of what you do. So what I'm going to do next is I verified that it's still functional. It's just not necessarily as good as I like. So I'm going to go ahead and take the next step of pulling this back out, and I'm actually going to attach the regular keyboard to it, and maybe getting those screws in place, and the real key on the keyboard, because that's the ultimate goal, right? And maybe it'll just work, or at least we'll at least narrow it down to just a few keys and maybe a few key problems, and then we can go from there. So let's do that. Let's just oh my God, I think it just completely peeled off. Yeah, it just completely peeled off. It's just completely peeled off, right? Now I've got PCB here, and I've got membrane here, all right? That was the one thing I didn't want to happen, but even though I thought I was pretty careful, that's what happens. Now it does look, is there like some kind of contact or something? So we'll get a little better look now, at least. Hey, look, things happen, and that's fine, all right? So we do get a little closer look at the other problem that happens here, right? So you see right here, like it looks like part of that comes loose with the part of the contacts come loose right there, right? These traces just come loose completely on the membrane. So it's no big deal. I've seen people actually patch this. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. I think in the end, we'll eventually have a operational TI-99 keyboard. It may just not be this one. So let me, I'm going to try to line this up the best I can. And then I'm going to put some pressure on it from the screws, hopefully. All right, let me see here. I'm trying to get this close as the edge as I can. Maybe I wonder what kind of adhesive I could put on here that would help it. I'm unsure, but let's just see what happens. All right, let's just see what happens. I'm going to put some screws in this thing, and we'll see how that works out. Turn the TI-99 off. We already did that. Yeah, the main thing is just don't panic. Just don't panic. Don't give up. Don't panic. This is how it happens. Next episode is Brian starts his own foundry. Does it have a floppy drive? The TI-99? It does not. It has a cart slot, I think, and it actually has like a user port, so you could add disk and stuff, but it is not built into it or anything like that. It's not fancy. All right, so let me screw some of these screws in. We'll eventually have to. Oh, where did that? Where did that go to? I'm missing. Oh, I see it. That is hilarious. All right. So I was like, oh no, his keyboard doesn't look right. I gotta, because I'll have to eventually solder part of the keyboard back on, right? Let's see if it can. So there's a little bit of soldering here, and the reason why is because you have this this alpha lock key, right? And it needs to complete its mechanical engagement, right? So it's got to complete that, right? And it's got to do it without you holding it. So it's got a little extra work there. We'll have to solder that on when we get to that point. But the key was just completely missing, and I must have flipped the keyboard over, and it must have fallen out, and I just didn't notice. So hilarious. Maybe it says, so it's time to play Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy then. Yeah, do not panic. Make sure you bring your towel, and do not panic, whatever you do. All right, let's take a look here. Whoop. Where'd it go? Oh, it's back in the demo. Well, I have a fish in the ear. That's right. One thing we need to do, we need to get to, Sprite Magic. We need to get into the Sprite Magic, because we promised this a couple of weeks in a row, and we haven't done it. So we need to do that. I'm going to put just a few screws into this, and then we'll do this. I don't want to hold it anymore. I'm tired of holding it. Tired of holding it, man. Just gonna do a couple of screws, and then we're gonna do Sprite Magic. Sprite Magic. Let's talk about it while I do this. Sprite Magic was in an issue. It was a type-in program in an issue of Compute's Gazette, and hey, why not? You can write your own freaking type-in game. Why not type in your own program too? So that's what you would do. These screws are tiny. They're so small. And there's instructions in Compute's Gazette. So you type in your entire entire program, right? And then you could edit sprites, but it also had some instructions on how to use it. And one of the things you got to do, you got to clear the screen, because originally when you load up the application, it loads up whatever's in memory at the location where this is going to be stored, which is sprite data, right? So actually, if you just activate hardware sprites on your Commodore 64, and you position it to a place on the screen you can see, you will just see, just random data that's in there. So your sprite's already there, but there is a reset essentially, or I'm assuming it is just a memory fill. So like I'm assuming that it just fills the memory with, probably zeros, right? Gawker's Death Rattle, what is up? Doing a little Basic tonight. That's right, we're celebrating the birthday of Basic, which is today, May the 1st. May the 1st be with you. 1964. All right, I got a couple of screws in that TI-99 keyboard so that it won't just fall apart while we do this. Got that. So let's get back to the sprite editor. And I'm also going to probably look up the magazine article in Compute's Gazette that relates to this so that I can read the directions. But it's something like Commodore Shift and Home or something. It wouldn't be Control. Maybe Commodore Control and Home. It's one of these. It's one of these combinations Wouldn't think it'd be run stop, but who knows? All right. Oh, wait, I think I did it. Is it just, oh, maybe it's just Commodore and, okay. Commodore in home? Oh, it says Commodore in home. It says Commodore key in home. I think there's more to, I think that's one way to clear it, but you can do it in other ways as well. Yeah, oh, no kidding. Happy birthday, Basic. What's up, Basic? Mark Stevenson says, so I could create a fan game like Planet of the Apes game. Yes, you can. Do it. I mean, I don't know how the Planet of the Apes copyright owners will feel about it, but you can do it. So yeah, there you go. Andrew is giving us a link. I believe Andrew gave us a link to GitHub earlier. And this is the Commodore PET emulator. So yeah, check that out. Andrew, the Coder Texas, or the Coder TX. Is it Texas, or is it a terminal type description? So yeah, so go check that out. I'm bookmarking that now, as well as the GitHub that you posted earlier, Andrew. And I will check this out. Commodore PET emulator. Always wanted a PET of the Commodore sort. I've got plenty of other kinds of PETs. All right, so one of the things we can do here is we can make ourselves a sprite here. So if you look, all right, so if you look at the screen here, we got our sprite layout, right? This is what, 3 columns. You would normally draw this out on a piece of paper. Let's see, we start at 120. You would start at the value of this. So let's go all the way to the top. So you're doing the sprite editing when you're programming and stuff. If you've ever done it through BASIC and do all those data lines and everything. So you would essentially, you go through 3 columns. You can't see the columns here, but let's see. I think it's like 128. What is it? I guess we could start the other way. 1, 2, but anyway, trust me, there's 3 columns. You got to do a bunch of math. Would it be easier if I showed you the sprite book? Maybe it'd be easier to do the sprite. But anyway, so we go over here, and all I'm doing is just using my direction keys, right? And of course, Commodore 64 only had, if you want to go back, you have to hit that same key. There's not 4 here. All right, so when you're ready to change what the color is, you can boop, hit the space. So we can just start drawing us a line here, right? And what we're doing essentially is we're using this program to, it's going to create sprite data for us to export instead of having to write it, right? And what am I drawing right now? I don't know. It's over there. I'm drawing the state for which I live in. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to make any type of graphic at this point, just so you can kind of see over on the right hand side is slowly drawing it. The black areas are transparent, or the background color, and then of course, right? So and there you go. So that just makes a sprite there, and there's some commands that you would use, and it can export those as data lines, so you don't have to sit there and take your piece of paper, draw it out, and then do the math, and then get the data in there. You mustn't fire up the singularity. I should do Mario, Avian says. Yes. Mark Stevenson asked earlier, what's the best program to create games, Brian? That's a really good question, and a very broad one. It's really going to vary on your expertise and what you're wanting how far you're wanting to go, right? I mean, you can program. BASIC is a great thing to talk about today. It's a great starting place. It's introduced many people to the idea of how to program. It speaks in a very human language, right? So and that was our introduction for a lot of people for computers of that era. And but yeah, what's the best program to create games? I'm trying to create mine in the worst way possible, which is to read magazines from the time that I would have been 12 in around 84, and learn to use the tools of the time that would allow me to create the game I always wanted to create as a kid, or would be able to understand at least anyway. I don't know if I had really got an idea of the actual game I wanted to create, but I saw the people making games and I wanted to do it. And I'm like, well, I've played with BASIC and there ain't no way that you can do what I want to do with BASIC. And then I found out through magazines like Compute Gazette that there was something called assembly or or machine language at that level. And that's what you had to do to make real games. And I was like, oh, I'm not smart enough for that at 12. I probably was smart enough at 12. I didn't have the confidence at 12. I didn't have the cojones at 12 to do it. So, yeah. So there you go. What about movement? Oh, that would be just, a matter of creating, the data for each movement, of the sprite. We just have to make multiple sprites. So there you go. So this is Sprite Magic. So if you want to clear home, it takes it out of there. It was just a memory. Now it's a memory because I wiped it out, right? We could recreate the it's so magical, right? It's just like magic. It's Sprite Magic. We could create the Commodore 64, balloon or what, I can't remember exactly. I should commit that to memory. Remember a little Commodore 64 balloon? Little hot air balloon with the chicken lips in the center. Also looks kind of double wide. I'm not sure if I accidentally set it to the double wide or if it's... I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look. I'm still learning. This is a learning process for me. Conspiracy, what is up? David Pazan says Boys Life magazine had a column in the back called The Slipped Disc. What? It was written in the voice and tone of a radio DJ describing this month's program. I learned to program my TI 994A, changed my life. What? I need to look that up. All right, I'm taking that down, David. I'm taking it. I'm grabbing it, and I'm going to look that up. Ugh, why are you so evil? Copy, paste, not you. I was talking about the chat window that I had open. All right, notepad, grabbing that, throwing that in there. David, thank you for that. I've got to look that up. Isn't that art right? Did you try Sprite Mate? I have not tried Sprite Mate. Let me add that as well. What do you know about Sprite Mate? I've heard that before. What is that one, Axel? Sprite Mate. Axel say. You're doing great. Now, next time we'll have an actual plan for how to do this, right? I'm pretty sure that this is in the... Because it looks double wide on that. It's not supposed to look that wide. I'm pretty sure we're in a mode. You're in a mode. An a la mode. There's a way to trigger that and get out of it. Let's go look for this Compute Gazette real quick. It's probably got some suggestions. Gazette. Sprite Magic. I might have to look for this one. I might purchase this one before the next time we get together. I might have to look this up. All right, so csdb.dk is actually where we see a lot of our demos, but they've got other things too. So let's take a look at this real quick. If you go to csdb.dk, you'll find Sprite Magic, which is what we're using. Then this is just a program, right? But you would type this in. It's just a PRG. You can run this right on your real Commodore 64 or but this was the one it was in. It was in the August 1984 issue 14, volume 2, and number 8. And as you can see, animate Commodore 64 with feature-packed all machine language sprite editor. You type it in yourself. Is that a D64 file? It says there is. I have not found a D64 file. I have not found a D64 file for that. I think the dog is at the door sniffing underneath it. Conspiraco says way better than ASE. What is that? Sprite? What am I reading that wrong? PC Designer has a good export, says Axel. Okay, very good. All right, let's take a look at this. And let's bring that up. And I want to find this particular one. I wonder if I can order this one off eBay for owners and users of Commodore VIC-20 and Commodore 64 personal computers. That's us. Oh yeah, Conspiracy. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a modern Sprite software. Yes, I've actually looked at a couple of modern Sprite software as well as a couple of online things, and I am going to eventually set up a working environment using modern tools. But what I'm trying to do right now is explore the origins of how I would have done this, because it's this personal exploration of how I would have done this, my 12-year-old self. And if I had the nerve to actually tackle this, I'm going to go look on eBay real quick to see if I can find a Compute Gazette. What did we say it was? August? What did we say it was? Oh, why would you show me an ad? August 1984. August 1984. All right, this is the August. That doesn't look right. Oh, that's Compute. So there was two. There was one specifically for Commodore, but then there was also Computer. Got October. Oh, look at this one. This one's all messed up. Let's take a look here. Look at this one. That one's got some water damage, right? This is like the October one. New approaches in educational software. Basic Magic. Oh, they had everything was magic. Everything was magic that year, right? In the 1984. Look at that. A new column for beginners that explores basic with a fresh start from former Commodore computer designer Michael Tomzik. Tonda says that magazine has seen some stuff. Look at this Trek, though. Quizmaster, an easy-to-use multi-choice quiz generator for parents and teachers for the Commodore 64. But look at this, more importantly, Trek. Look out for drones, craggy mountain peaks, and the deadly plasma cannon in this sci-fi action game for the 64. We need to do that one, Tonda. We need to get into that. And I'm still looking, but I'm hopefully going to find one and maybe have it here before next week's 8-Bit Computer Club. What time is it? Okay, we're doing okay. Trek. I'm a Trekkie. I gave a shout out to Tonda earlier. Tonda is back. Let's give a shout out again to our good friend Tonda Gassa, who is one of my very good friends, and can't wait to see him and TV's Travis and Zoe Brings the Bacon and Dr. Tolbert and Before Tank Girl and anybody else I missed out on mentioning just now at Nerdtacular. But follow Tonda Gassa. Tonda Gassa is going to be doing some good stuff tomorrow, I'm assuming. Are you streaming tomorrow? I'm guessing it's your big stream day on Saturday is in Sundays, right? And you've been getting back in the weekdays as well. But yeah, if you enjoy retro video games and just the chillest, most good time, just the most wholesome, just I cannot sell it enough. I can't sell it enough. Tonda Gassa, good friend of mine. You should follow him. What are you doing? Why are you not following Tonda Gassa? You probably are. Tonda, we just fired up this Sprite editor, and I was trying to find in Compute's Gazette, I was trying to find an August issue. 19, let's see, lot various from 84. Avian says maybe a little too wholesome. That October magazine's pretty gross. Let's see. I'm going to look up Magic. Compute's Gazette magazine, 1984. I'm just going to look at all of them. Let's just see. Maybe there's like somebody's got like a lot or something. Oh, this same individual's got more water damage. Ooh. Oh my. I might need this because look at this. Sealed Computes Gazette magazine, April 1990, with floppy. I need one with a floppy. That's exciting. It's got a program disc. Where's it at? Is it on the inside somewhere? Just get included. Where's it at? Where's it at? I don't see it there. I don't see it there. It's not on the back. It must be in the middle. It must be in the middle. Right, look at that though. So yeah, it's only $14.95, and now even with inflation, only $20. Look at that. That's crazy. That's super cheap. Oh, unopened. I know, right? I bet it still stinks. Compute Gazette. Let's see here. I'm just hoping for something. Somebody has like the whole run from 85. I see one from there. I mean, I've seen this cover so many times. I feel like I would just recognize it. Like I see a whole set for 86. I see. It's hang out with me. Come on. I'll bring you with me here. Let's see. This one, boy, everybody's got this, the buyer's guide. Okay, that's the reason why it's the buyer's guide. Dadgum, look how much that one is. August, 85. Crap. Let's see, 88. Come on, 84. Oh, come on, man. I just need Sprite Magic. I don't see it there. I don't see the cover I'm looking for there either. That's the right year, right? What month is that? I don't know. Code something. Here's a set. A lot of 17. Maybe we'll get lucky in this one. Still no. More water damage. Screw you, hippies. Oh, a disc. 84, issue 3. Which one is that one? Issue 3. Earlier in the year, I'm assuming March. Ooh, graph designer cover. What is that one? All right, so I'm going to keep digging, but if anybody happens to find a copy somewhere out there of that very specific issue, issue 14, volume 2, number 8 from August 1984, I would love to get my hands on the real deal. Please. A random smattering of them. These mostly look later models, though. Was that say Decepticide? What's that guy doing? I don't see any joy here, but this is a nice little set here. Is that for all? Is that $15 for all? Oh, $27 for shipping. I suppose so. Oh, and some of these are all just Compute, right? These are not Gazette. Oh, some are Gazette. Okay, so that's both. It's a mixture of both. Maybe. Q-Bird. Hilarious. This might not be a bad little starter set. All right. See what's interesting in there. All right. Yeah, the cover art's great. I love it. All right. It's time to censor shopping. I'll take 3 Mad magazines, please. Thank you. You're the best. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? All right. So we looked a little bit at Sprite Magic. You guys want to... I kind of like... I don't screw everything super tight. I'm just curious if this keyboard on the TI-99 will work at all before we call it a night. What do you think? David says, I just found the complete back issue catalog on Google Books. I'm searching for slipped disc. Ooh. Let us know how that goes. I have, Archive has the one that I'm looking for, and I've looked at it. Matter of fact, I'll probably get it here just a second. Archive.org. Pardon me as I lean forward a little bit to try to wiggle this ribbon cable on here. Make as many mistakes as possible tonight. That's the goal. The goal is to be as haphazard as possible, and to make as many mistakes as possible. To emulate, this is a life emulator, to emulate mistakes, because that's what that is. All right, so let's flip over just for funsies to see if let's see how much worse we made. Let's see how much worse we made our TI-99 keyboard. Let's just take a look how bad things are now that we've cleaned it. Originally, no keys were working. All right, so remember that. Originally, no keys were working at all. We had a plan, went in, poorly executed it, and now at least it turns on. All right, at least turns on. Let's just see. Oh, look, we at least got the space bar. That is more than the first time we did this. All right, I'm trying to hit the 1. It's progress, sorta. The space bar seemed to work pretty good, right? Okay, so I hit the enter key. I'm at least getting the enter keys going, but the 1 is not doing anything, which is what we need to get into basic, right? To continue testing the keyboard. Okay. Did I do it? Yeah. All right. So confirmed. So when I was pressing the 1, no joy. No joy. All right. But then I put some pressure right underneath on the bottom of the board here. And that's where those traces were that I was trying to be so careful not to lift, and then ended up lifting anyway. So they were going to do some work in that area. When I put pressure there and then hit the 1, I got some joy. So let's just see. So yeah, I think whatever traces was over here going into this area in that block is probably got a bad connection, because it looks like on the other parts that we cleaned, right, it looks like things on the right hand side of the keyboard, and then when we get down to this area, so whatever trace is leading up to, so we've kind of broke it down just a little bit, so that's at least good. So we got, okay, and whatever's down here doesn't seem to be working. Oh, that shift lock, I don't think that matters, because I don't have it soldered in, so it shouldn't matter. Space is working. I think that runs on a different trace. All right, but then if I put, let's do it again. Let's put a little pressure back here again. I think it's right about here. And yeah, so see, I can type on this other side of the keyboard now. So we definitely have loose contacts here. So I think we're pretty close, right? We're gonna have to come up with a solution. I've seen some solutions for that. So maybe before next episode, I'll just do that off screen and maybe record it and then maybe show back. But we're pretty close. We're pretty close now. So that's yeah. I was hoping for a complete resolution, but we're pretty darn close. I can't complain. And that shouldn't be too bad of a fix. I've seen how other people have done it. I can almost guarantee you that is the problem. So we know the problem now. And so now we can resolve the problem. We just got to come up with a solution that'll work. David says, correction, it was called Slip Disc Show in 3, 2, 1 contact. What? Now we're talking. 3, 2, 1 contact is ignition. Boop, 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 boop. Burp, 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 burp. But nice. Welcome to the segment of 8-Bit Club, says Monkey Bananas. How Bad Things Are, starring Mission Deep. David says, I found an issue, page 34. Yeah, Tonda, I loved it. 3, 2, 1 contact, some of my favorite stuff. Maybe we can get we'll listen to the intro here in a second, just for funsies. I always love the 3, 2, 1 contact magazine as well. Basic training on our basic May the first basic birthday. I think this may be something we also need to look, see if I can find a real access to. And look, they gave us the TI-99, the Atari, the Apple, IBM, and Commodore 64. So I guess just small adjustments. You just use the IBM, can use the Apple program, just change a few things here. And then we can, Apple as well. So Apple, yeah, look at that. So you just make a few little adjustments here and there. And maybe we'll type this in next week. That's a pretty short one. I'm going to add that to my favorites. Thank you, David. Going to add that. And if you're here next week, remind me to do that. In the meantime, we're going to look up 3, 2, 1 contact. And I did not show any of that to you guys, did I? Whenever there's trouble, we're here on the double. That's right. And I didn't show any of that to you guys. So here's the magazine article that David was showing us. It's basic training. And there's the TI-99 version. See, it's pretty short. Got the Apple version here in this column. I'm sorry, Apple's version in this column. They got the Atari in this column. IBM with some adjustments. for that. And hey, send us your programs at Basic Training 321 Contact Magazine, 1 Illinois Place. Send it today. Page 33 in the 321 Contact. Oh, is that not on the right page? Oh, you said go to 33. Okay. Or is it 34? Wait, what do you, it skips is like 32, 30. Oh, maybe it is 33. Page 33, I said. Let's see. Is this the right page then? Toy Shop, Robot Rewards, Countries and Continents, World Games. Is this what you're talking about, David? Am I in the right place? Page 2 up. Hondo, what's up? The best parts of my education as a boy was having chickenpox and staying home for 2 weeks watching 321 Contact. Different issue. The last one was the slip disc. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, so you sent me a new one. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. I sorry. I got you. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm with you. So I was right, but okay. The skip disc. Oh, that is cool. I love that. All right, adding that to my archive of stuff I'm going to go back and look at. David, thank you so much for that. Adding that as well. But look what we found though. That little basic program thing. That was way cool. Do you have one of these? All right, so let's listen to the 321 Contact on let's see here. 321 Contact Go. All right. Chibos, what is that? No, Contact. Oh, come on. Why can't I can't write. Theme intro from 83 to 86. Okay, so what's the difference here? They're both 18 years old. The Bloodhound Gang. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about little extra showings there. But let's take a look at this one. Children's Workshop presents. Oh, come on. Here we go. Bringing it. Computer graphics. It's a secret. Kitty. Teach me something. Teach me something already. There we go. Look at that. Hey, we made progress. Look at that. So good. So good. So good. So good. Tandagasa, somebody needs to help me. Somebody needs to help me. Oh, please, somebody help me. Won't somebody help me by going back through the 8-Bit Computer Club videos and just track down which demos we've already seen? I've already started doing that. I've done the last 3 episodes that we've done. I've been tracking it. So if you go to 8-Bit, I'll bring you along for the ride again. Let's take a look at this. So there, turn that off there. Okay. So if you go to the 8-Bit Computer Club, right, this is our official blog site where after I get through with these shows, since the April 10th meetup, I've been blogging each episode at 8-Bit Computer Club. So it's 8bitcomputer.club. Jeez, say the words, Brian. 8bitcomputer.club. The club is the subdomain. And I've been embedding the videos and putting links to everything we talk about, including, I might not have done it on this one. Did I do it on this one? Oh, the demo scene. I did do the demos. So I've been listing the demos we've been doing. The only demos we've been watching are the ones only demos I've done is the ones that were on the Commodore.net press play, which came with the USB. So we haven't watched any demos outside of that, I don't think. But each week I've been trying to catalog the ones we've done, and so I just need help to figure out which ones we've seen, and then maybe start looking for some new ones on the scene. And I've also started adding chapters into the videos to make it a little easier to navigate around, because these shows can be 2-3 hours long. But here again, once I have also put down what we did, We didn't get around to updating the firmware on the ARM SID, which was it Captain Kipper maybe told me? Who told me in the Discord server? They sent me the link. We still need to do that. I'm probably going to wrap up the keyboard off stream, and then we will check out some TI-99 stuff next week. But I will probably record a video of the actual repair. And what else? But yeah, more demos next week. But I need some help with this part. Like I said, I need to see which demos we've looked at. So if anybody wants to help a fella out, I'll also try to do what I can, but I don't know if I'll be able to, if I'll get to all of it or not. Let's turn off that TI-99 and get back to the Commodore 64 Ultimate. If you weren't here earlier, we talked about the new Commodore 64 Ultimate Slim, or the C64C that Commodore just released. I believe it's the same price as the other, the bread bin, but and I believe nothing other than the form factor has changed. I think it still has all the same hardware, but of course they're improving on their shipping and their assembly, I'm sure, as they get more experienced at that. So there's going to be benefits. I pre-ordered my beige one, and that should be here in September, and we'll take a look at that. Is there one that we definitely know we have not looked at? Marc's Movements? That doesn't sound very familiar. But what it did do in Marc's Movements was released in 1988. So this is an old school. This is original stuff here. It's on a single disc. First place in the Commodore Dossier demo competition. Trivia: Riffs should have won a brand new... what? Okay, wait. Drama. Controversy. I'm in. Trivia: Riffs should have won a brand new Amiga 500. Unfortunately, at the time, the Commodore Dossier magazine was close to bankruptcy. No, so none of the entries received their prizes. Oh, no. Let's take a look at the demo that should have been worth an Amiga A500. Let's check it out. OG demos. Look at the Bloodhound Gang intro. Oh, we'll go back to it. We'll go back to the Bloodhound Gang intro too, Tonda. We need to do that. Yeah, you need to make a page like this. If you ever need any help, it's just a WordPress. The theme I picked was pretty easy to handle. I don't know what your skill level is at WordPress stuff, but if you need any help, just let me know. It helps me because I'm already doing it anyway, writing up, going back. I've really found performance improvements on YouTube by the things I'm doing over there with descriptions and such. I could learn tons from you, Tonda, about how to do that on Twitch. The roof is on fire. This is really one of my favorite times in the week. I want to thank you guys for making this a really cool thing that we do every week. We've been doing it for almost 3 months now, I think. It's really insane. I did not realize we'd do it. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Is that the way it's supposed to sound? Oh, here it goes. Now this feels more like your old hack demos, right? David Passan, we'll get back to that in just a minute. I like what you had to say there. Let's not forget this Amiga. I'm saying Amiga. Let's not forget we have this Commodore 64 rocking that SID. All mega coding by Marc DeHenge. Yeah, it's on. Hey, the Fear Club rules. I think it's a space to start. A lot of these old ones had space to start. I was just trying to see if it was going to show anything new, but I think it's just looping through. Marc's Marvelous Mobs presents. Oh, look at that chain. Yeah, this deserves. Now, is this a... Yeah, David. Genuine Sid chips can go for money now. I got to arm Sid this thing right now. Yeah. So to cycle through, you have to hit space for each effect. Oh, I love that. I love that bird kind of effect. I like this. This music's rocking out. Good job, Marc. Way to go, Marc. Oh, hi, Marc. Let's get those function keys in here this time. I always show the function keys, and that's one of the sexier parts. Marc's movements. Madness moves magic. Everything's magic. Oh, I like that effect. Poor Tegra did not hit her. Oh, you can change the images with keyboard input? Says Houdini7. I'm hitting the space bar. Is there like... Oh, you can't press space. It's now telling me to hit the space bar. But I'm not sure if there's like other keys that do stuff. No, Monkey, you gotta stay. So sad everyone cry. We're crying. Be safe out there, Monkey. Thank you so much. It's good seeing you. Riffs. We did riffs the other night. Last night, as a matter of fact. Oh, starts over. Marc's movements. Mob movements. Okay. Movements. Map movements. Okay, so you can cycle through these. These are really cool. Madness movements. Magnifying movements. Oh, interesting. Ron, thank you so much, friend. Are you out of here, Ron? I think that's my favorite one, right there. I think that's one of my favorites. Yeah, I think that's one of my favorites. David Pazan, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you very much, David. Back to what David asked earlier. Let's back to what David asked earlier about the Amiga, making a comment about that. Also, similar feeling. David said, commented earlier, it's crazy to run into your stream. Last night, I was considering getting an Amiga with some modern hardware. The new official Amiga looks to be a Linux box running emulation, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Right, so the new Amiga A1200 is, like you said, we see a lot of stuff from Retro Games. That's the name of this company here, Retro Limited. We looked at the very beginning of this episode. We watched, hung out with the C64 Mini Black Edition, which comes with a lot of the modern ports and games. Well, just games, really, for the Commodore 64. But it's just a little Linux box running emulation, and that only goes so far for somebody who's really looking for an authentic experience. It's pretty cool because it's got a game carousel. And it does allow you to get into basic and different things. And Workbench, you're going to be able to do all that with the new implementation of the Amiga 1200. It's a full-size keyboard. They've also made this one right here, which we'll probably look at sometime in your near future, and compare. This is Retro Games as well. This is theirs, and this is the Commodore 64 Maxi, as they call it. I had to get this. I had to get this from overseas, but I was able to get it, and it's the same situation. It's got a game carousel. It's just like the Mini, except it has a functional keyboard, right? But I mean, really, where the exciting things are is definitely in the FPGA area, right? With the Commodore 64, the new Commodore.NET, and the Commodore 64, And one of the reasons why is because it allows you to connect original real hardware. It's got real user interfaces and that really go in and emulate the processor and the SID chip and everything else in the system itself. So it's a pretty big difference in experience and potential. But yeah, as you can see here, I've got this pulled open. If you look inside, I have the ARM SID for my chip. It's got a place for 2 SID chips. You can run stereo SIDs. I have some SIDs laying around. Well, not laying around. Inside machines, I may pop in here and see the difference. But yeah. Yep. Dave Hazan says this one. Yep, that's the one. The Gaming Retro is that new Amiga 1200. Which, you know, I'm pretty excited because I never had an Amiga. And so it's pretty exciting to have anything that's that form factor and looks like that. But man, I would much prefer to have the real deal. And especially if I had one before, I'm sure I would definitely be wanting that authentic experience, right? Snelden is Dutch for speed, it seems, says Axel. Interesting. By the way, Axel has been, I believe we posted earlier the link to some of Axel's stuff he's doing. If you join the Discord server, let me get that link out there. If you join the Discord server, we have an 8-Bit Computer Club channel in there, and we meet all week. And, you know, we just share what we're working on. And Axel just recently shared his YouTube and videos of some sprite work he's working on. So good stuff. We're kind of taking a similar journey there. Axel says, so is it the ultimate that you have to firmware update to get the SID to work? Axel, I have updated the firmware on the ultimate, but I do also need to update the firmware on the SID. I'm not sure about the. I've got the latest firmware. There are some firmware updates to make maximum compatibility with everything on the Commodore 64 Ultimate, but there is firmware also for the SID, as well as I've got a Pico, a Kick. Is it called a Kick SID or SID Kick? I think is what it's called. I'm also going to test it, but I got to update it. You have to do that through the computer. You like your PC or Apple or whatever, your PC, your personal computer. But the ARM SID you do from I guess a program on the Commodore 64 Ultimate. I still haven't done it yet. Axel says you may be able to change the demo with the joystick. Oh, let's take a look here. All right, so I've got my wireless CX40 that I got from Atari that plugs into the standard ports, and let's take a look. I've activated that. However, oh wait, look at this. I am able to. Oh, look at this. So I'm able to change functions here. Oh, so I'm actually able to change what this is doing. Oh, that is interesting. Oh, look at that. Look at that. But yeah, I really want the retro games Amiga 1200, but only because I have almost everything from those guys, and I just kind of want to. It's always so cool to have, something I can just, set up, take somebody's house and fart around with. Yeah, good spotting. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if it does anything on these other ones. Look at this, Axel. Program this into your controller, right? All right, let's see if I can move anything around. You were doing some sprite movements, right? Oh, 0 through 9 as well? Okay. Oh. Wait, oh. Yeah, so it says 0 through 9. If you read the things it says. Okay. So I'm slowing things down and speeding things. I guess that's the speed. Okay, 9 is the default, I get, maybe. Oh no, it's changing. It's reloading. Oh, is that the shapes, maybe? Oh, yes, the shapes. Okay. Okay, I see. So it goes through 9. But some of them do seem like they're slower, though. Maybe because it takes more processing? Or maybe it's because I was changing them constantly. It's like, I can't do that. Yeah, Axel, that's right. This is a pretty cool demo. This deserves an Amiga 500. This deserves an A500. You guys, I can't believe you screwed this guy over. Rude. Press space to continue. This is the continue thing. Let's see if this is not taking any joystick or number inputs, but it just says press space to continue. This is magnify and move. I don't know if the plus or minus does anything. Mysterious magic. Okay. That's pretty cool, though. That's a pretty cool demo. And it deserved every bit of it. It deserved that A500. Where's my A500, baby? Where's my A500 at? I made the demo. Now where's it at? Give me it. Give me it. Mark's still waiting for his Amiga. Yeah, I'm kind of... let's see here. Joey is still on. I think she's playing some Fallout 3. Speaking of Amigas, that girl Joey has a bunch of Amiga stuff. Commodore 64. Let's see what she's doing. Is she hanging out? We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Looks like she's leaving as well. Ooh, we better get out of here before she raids us. She might just raid us. We do this all the time. Me and her actually, we kind of get off at the same time, and it's like, oh, careful. Ash said hi. 150 subs. Who else is out? Rift Tracks is on. Anybody we need to raid in on? I was hoping Atari Beer Pong would be on. I don't see Atari. He's usually on at this time. Ash said hi is on. Last Time Lord is on. Oh, you could turn on the anti-raid 2 stops raids for an hour? Oh, how do I do that? I need to do that. I don't see anybody. I don't see the usuals. I don't see our usuals. So in the dashboard. Avian says, Todd learned how to stop the never-ending raids. Yeah, thanks Retro and Zelda. Makes me feel old, says Axel. All right, well, I'm not seeing the usual people, so we're just gonna cut out. We're just gonna end it. We're just gonna end it here. So thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I've had a blast. As always, I've had a blast. We made some progress. A few steps forward, a few steps back. But you know, what you gonna do? Thank you so much. Tune in tomorrow with Tondo. When Tondo gets ready to stream, I'll be there. Join the Discord server. Did I finally type that in the server? I don't think I did. Let's do the Discord server. Join the Discord server. Come on. It's a lot of fun. And it's our 8-Bit Computer Club channel right over there. All right, that's all I got. Thanks again, Rod. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. It's been a blast. Hope Twitch gets their alerts right, because I know people will subscribe tonight, and some things didn't get through. I saw some alerts, but they didn't show up on my normal screen, so I don't know what's up with that. Axel Nice says, the keyboard fixed the final chapter. I can't wait for next week. That's right. It's finally going to be done. It's going to be done, or I'll just throw the whole thing in the trash. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. All right, guys. Hope you have a good weekend. I'll be hanging out a little bit on Tonda's stream tomorrow, probably. Hanging out with Tonda. And just watching Tonda just do the amazing things he does. Might mess with some retro achievements. Ooh, that's a good idea, too. Maybe I'll do that along with you. Maybe I'll play along as well at home. All right, guys, that's it. Have a good computer 8-bit night. We'll see you on Monday for more retro gaming goodness. We'll be playing... what are we playing this week? I've already forgotten. Well, tune in on Monday. We'll be back at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time to play some retro video games for the Play Retro Show. All right, then. See you guys.